Welcome back, Renegades. Today we got some gameplay with Purple Luffy in the OP09 meta. We're facing off against Bonney, Lucci. Mirror match with the Purple Luffy. We have Katakuri and Blue Yellow Ace. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. If you like the content, your friends may as well. Let's get into it. Up first, we have our match with Purple Luffy versus Bonney. We choose to go first here. We're going to play out the Trafalgar Law Searcher, getting a Zorojoro, passing it to the opponent. They're going to play out their Bonney Searcher and grabbing a Cavendish with the search, passing it back to us. We're at 3 Dawn here. We're going to attack into that Bonney Searcher, getting rid of that. Taking a life with our leader to play out Zorojoro, grabbing Luffy Taro, and just chipping 5 into life here. Opponent takes this hit. We just pass it back. Opponent's going to put 3 Dawn on their leader, pressuring 8 into life. We're going to take this hit. They pass it back. We're at 6 Dawn now. We're going to put 3 on Zorojoro and pressure 9. They're going to rest our leader. And they're going to counter out here. We're going to put the remaining 3 Dawn onto our Law and chip into 5 on 5. They're going to take this hit, and we're just going to pass it back to them. They're going to play out their Cavendish, putting 2 Dawn on Bonney, pressuring 7 into the Zorojoro. We're going to counter out, keeping that on the board. Opponent passes back to us. We're at 8 Dawn now. We're going to use our leader effect. We're going to play out our 9-drop Linlin, using its on-play effect to put the Cavendish at the bottom of its owner's life, plus we gain a life. Then we're just going to chip 6 with Zorojoro, resting our leader. They're going to counter out. Back to them. They're going to play out Hody Jones here, resting our 2 characters, taking their life. They're going to pressure 8 into the Zorojoro. I think we're going to counter out of this to keep our board. They have a 5k swing. They're going to pressure into that Law blocker. We're just going to let them have that. Opponent passes back, leaving 1 Dawn open. We're at 10 Dawn. We're going to go 9 into life with our Linlin. Looks like they're going to take that, and then we're going to go Zorojoro. Oh, they rested the Zorojoro. Sorry. Now we're going to go 8 with our Purple Luffy. Opponent's going to counter out of this hit. We did play out Luffy Taro into a Sangoro, so we have a little bit more bodies for next field. Here comes another Hody, resting our 2 characters, pressuring into the Sangoro, 8 into 6. We're going to save it. They're going to go 8 into 6 again with the other Hody. We're going to give that up. They still have a Bonney swing. They're going to play out a blocker and go 5 into life. We're going to take this hit, getting a Gum Gum Giant. Back to us. We're going to go 9 into life with our Linlin. They're going to rest down the Luffy Taro. They're going to take that hit. We're going to play out our Sanji, using its on-play effect to give it rush. Here we have Purple Luffy versus Lucci. Opponent's going first. Let's get a Dawn here, playing out a Spandam. They're going to find a Rob Lucci and just passing it over to us. We're at 2 Dawn. Just going to pass it back. Opponent goes to 3 Dawn. They're going to chip 5 with their leader into our Luffy. We're going to give them a counter. Then they're going to play out a Brook and passing it back to us. We're at 4 Dawn here. We're going to use our leader effect to take a life and ramp a Dawn. We're going to play out Mr. 2, ramping another Dawn, putting 1 on our leader, going 6 into life. Opponent takes this. We're just going to pass it over. Opponent's going to put 1 Dawn on their Brook and then use Ice Age to give Mr. 2 -4. Swinging their Brook 5 into life, using their 1 attacking to get rid of Mr. 2. We're going to take this hit. Opponent's going to put 3 Dawn on leader, going 8 into life, using its 1 attacking ability to put more cards in the trash. We are going to counter out with a Gum Gum Giant, making our leader a 9k. Opponent's going to pass back here. We are going up to 6. We're going to use leader effect, going to 7. We're going to play out a Luffy Taro, using its on play to bring out Sangoro. Then we're going to pressure into the Brook 5 into 4 here. Opponent's going to give that up, and we're just going to pass it back. Opponent's going to put 1 on Rob Lucci, and they're going to go 6 into life here, using their 1 attacking ability. We're going to just counter out. Opponent's going to use Tempest Kick here, giving the Sangoro -4, drawing a card, and then playing Brook to use its on-play ability, giving it -1, and then getting rid of it. Opponent has 2 open Dawn, they just pass it back. We're going to go 8 with Luffy Taro, pressuring into life. Opponent's going to take this hit. We're going to put 1 on our leader, going 6 into life. They counter out of this hit. We're going to deploy another Luffy Taro, using its on play to put out Zorojoro, finding a 2K, and then we're just going to pass it back to the opponent. Opponent's going to put 1 on their Brook. They're going to go 5 into life, using their 1 attacking to give our Zorojoro -1. We're going to counter out here. Opponent's going to go 5 with leader into life, using their 1 attacking, giving Zorojoro another -1. We're going to just counter out of this hit as well. They're going to play out a Rob Lucci here, using its on play to put cards at the bottom of their deck to get rid of our Zorojoro. Opponent has 4 Dawn open. They're going to put it on their Spandam, making a 6K swing into life. We're just going to counter out. Opponent's going to pass back. We do draw into the 9-drop Linlin, so we're going to pressure 8 with Luffy Taro first, going 8 into they're countering out, so they get out of the first hit. We're going to try Luffy Taro again, going into the Brook this time, clearing that out of the way. Then we're going to go 5 with our leader into their Spandam, just trying to clean up their board a little bit. And now we're going to play out our 9-drop Linlin, using its on-play effect. We're going to put the Rob Lucci at the bottom of their life, as well as gain a life. Passing back to the opponent, they're at 10 Dawn now. They're going to put 2 on leader, going 7 into life, using its 1 attacking. They gave Luffy Taro -1. We just take this hit. They're going to play out a Rebecca, our Gecko, getting the Rebecca and Spandam back, and then Spandine with the Rebecca. And then they're going to play out Khalifa, drawing 2, then giving Luffy Taro -2. Just kind of filling their board up. Passing it back. We're at 10 Dawn. They have a blocker, 3 cards in hand. They got 4 life. We have a 9K, or 9-drop Luffy. We're going to go 5 with our leader first, just chipping into life here. They're going to take that first hit. We're going to go with Luffy Taro, going 8 into life. They're going to counter out of this one. We're going to use our other Luffy Taro. We're going to go into that Khalifa, just making sure they can't get us on the backswing. Then we have the 9-drop, the 9K Linlin. We're going to pressure life again, see if they'll give us up that blocker. They take the hit. We're going to deploy out our Law Searcher first, just trying to find a little bit more protection in hand. We're going to grab a 2K Sanji. Now we're going to deploy out our 9-drop Luffy, giving it Rush, drawing into another card. We're going to go 10 into the Spandine. It's an overkill swing, but we just want to make sure that we're clearing the board as much as we can. Opponent's going to put 4 on their leader, going 9 into one of our Luffy Taros, using their 1 attacking ability. They're going to give the Law -1. We're just going to counter out, forcing them to use another swing. The Gecko's coming into Luffy Taro, 9 into 8. Yeah, we're going to use all the counters that we have in hand to save it. And now they're going to play out Kobe here, trashing a card and getting rid of our Law. They're going to put 3 on their Spandam, and they're going to go 5 into life here. We're going to take this, getting a 2K Sanji. Back to us. We're at 10 Dawn. We're going to put 3 on our leader. We're going to go 8, pressuring 8 into life here. See if they want to give us that blocker yet. Opponent's going to take that hit. We're going to put 1 on Luffy Taro, going 9 into life. See if they want to give up the blocker. Nope, they took the life. We're going to go 10 with Luffy Taro. Here comes they're going to give us a blocker here. We still have a 9K Linlin, and we also have the Luffy. We're going to swing 14K into life, just cleaning this game up. Here we have the Purple Luffy mirror match. We're going to go first here. So we're going to get a Dawn. We're going to play out our Searcher. We're going to grab looks like a Zorojoro. Passing it to the opponent. They're at 2 Dawn. Just pass it back to us. We're going to go to 3 here. We're going to chip 5 with our leader. They're going to counter out. We're going to use leader effect to be able to get Ramp of Dawn and play out our Zoro Juro. We're going to grab a Gum Gum Giant, just passing it back to the opponent. Opponent's going to use their leader effect as well, taking a life, ramping it Dawn. They're going to go 6 into 5 here. We're going to take this first hit. They're going to play out a Zoro Juro. They got a Frankie, and then they just pass it back. We're going to use leader effect. We're going to play out Lupitaro and a Sangoro, and then we're going to chip 5 with leader. They're going to counter out of this hit, and then we have a Sangoro swing for 6 into 5. They're going to counter out as well, and we just pass it back. They're going to use their leader effect again. They're going to go 7 into 5 this time with Zoro Juro. We're just going to counter out. We had to use some 1Ks, but we needed to keep our life a little bit protected. 7 into 5 here with leader into Zoro Juro. We could definitely use some 2Ks here, but we've been using up all the 1Ks we have. They're going to play out their kid blocker, passing it back to us. We're at 8 Dawn. We're going to put 1 on Sangoro, going 7 into life, drawing into a 2K Sanji. The opponent's going to take that hit. We're going to put 1 on Zoro Juro, going 7 into 5. They use the blocker this time. The opponent's at 2 life. We're going to put 1 on Lupitaro, pressuring 9 into that rested Zoro Juro. They give that one up. Going to put 3 onto the Law, just pressuring 5 into 5. Looks like they countered that one, and then we're going to go 5 again. They're going to counter out of this one. Going to use leader effect, so we can deploy out a Robin blocker, leaving 1 Dawn open for Lupitaro. Or for our Gum Gum Giant, sorry. Opponent's going to play their 9-drop Lin Lin here. They're going to put our Sangoro to the bottom of our life, gaining a life, and then they're going to go 5 into life with their leader. We're just going to give them a counter. Back to us. They left 1 Dawn open. We're at 10. So we're going to put 1 on Zoro Juro. We're going to go 7. They're going to use their Gum Gum Giant right away. Countering out. We're going to put 2 on leader. We're going to go 7 into 5 again. See what the opponent wants to counter. Yep, they're going to give us some counter out of hand. We have Lupitaro for 8K coming into life. They take this hit. Now we're going to deploy out our Sanji, giving it rush. And then we're going to go 7 into 5. They have to take that. We pass our turn. We have 2 life. They're going to go 5 into life with their leader. We're just going to give them a counter. That way, if the 9K comes down, 9's going to pressure in. We're going to use our blocker. And they're going to play out a Nami blocker. They still have 5 Dawn, and they're going to play a kid blocker. Back to us. We draw into Zoro Juro. They have 2 blockers, 1 life, 4 cards in hand. We're going to put 1 on Zoro Juro, going 7 into 5 here. See if we can eat some counter out of hand, or maybe they'll give us a blocker. They gave us the Nami. We're going to go 7 with our Sanji. They're going to give us the blocker and then counter out. Okay. We're going to use Lupitaro going 8 into life here, 8 into 5. They have to take that hit. Opponent scoops. Up next, we got Purple Luffy versus Katakuri. We're going to go first here, getting a Dawn, passing it back. They're going to play out 2 puddings, getting a Lin Lin and a Parasparrow. Back to us. We're just going to go chip 5 into life here. Opponent's going to counter out of this. We're going to use our leader effect, ramping a Dawn, and playing out Zoro Juro. We're going to grab a Lupitaro here. And we're just going to pass it back to the opponent. They're going to put 1 on their leader, going 6 into life here. We're going to take this first one. 3 Dawn, they're going to play out that Parasparrow, passing it back to us. We're going to go 6 into life here with our Zoro Juro. Opponent takes this hit. We're going to go 5 into life with our leader. Opponent's going to counter out of this. We're going to use our leader action, ramping, playing out Lupitaro, using its on-play effect to play out Sangoro. Just passing it back to the opponent. Opponent's going to go 6 into life with leader here. We're gonna give him a couple counters. Need to get some 2Ks in hand, but we're doing alright. They're going to play out Nami here, getting rid of our Sangoro. And they got a 5K swing in with Parasparrow. We're going to give them our counter. Back to us. We're going to go 6 with Zoro Juro into life here. Opponent's going to counter out. 8K swing with Lupitaro. Opponent's going to take this hit. They're debating if they wanted to use their trigger there. We're going to go 5 into the Parasparrow. They got to counter out. We're going to use leader effect, taking another life, ramping a Dawn, deploying out the 9-drop Luffy here, using its on play to draw a card. And now we have a 10k swing. We're just going to take that Parasparrow out. Opponent found no cards with it, so that's good. Back to the opponent. They're going to put 4 on Nami, going 9 into life here. We have to take this. So we got a couple 2Ks, a couple 1Ks. 9 into 5 here with 10 into 5 with their leader effect. So we're going to give all the counter we have to stay alive here. Opponent's at 3 life. We're at 0. We draw into an Onami or a Nico Robin blocker. We're going to go 7 with Zoro here into life. Opponent's going to counter out. We're going to put 2 Dawn on our leader, going 7 into life here. Opponent takes this hit. We're going to put 1 on Luffy Taro, pressuring another 9. Yeah, we're going to go to life. 9k. And then we're going to... see, just making sure... oh, opponent used a trigger effect here to gain a life. So we're going to switch and go to after the Nami here, playing out a Nico Robin blocker, just passing it back. Opponent's at the 10 Dawn. They're going to play out Flame Split, which gives their leader, I think, plus 1,000. They're going to build up all the Dawn here. They're going to go for a lethal swing here, 15 into 5. See if we can get out. We're going to use Gum Gum Giant. Putting it up to 9k, drawing a couple cards. Going to use our other Gum Gum Giant here, using the effect. Getting it to 13. And we're going to give them the counter. We actually were able to get out of this hit. Got a little excited over countered, but it's all good. Back to us here. We got to play a... we draw into Uchihachi. 2 on leader, going 7 into 5. Then we're going to go 8 with Zoro. And then we can put the rest on... oh, they've kicked out a blocker from life. Okay, so we're going to put 2 on Luffy Taro here, forcing that blocker out of the way as a 10k swing. And now we still have our Luffy here going 12 into life. They gave us the counter they had. Here we have Purple Luffy versus Blue Yellow Ace. We play out our Law and get a Luffy. And we're going to put 3 on our Law and go 5. We're going to counter out. We're going to go 5 with leader. We're going to counter out. We're going to use leader effect. Passing it back. Opponent's going to put 2 on their leader using their leader effect, putting Yamato to the top of the life, playing Flampy to put Yamato back in their hand. They're going to attack with their leader. We're going to take this hit. We're at 6 Dawn. We're going to use leader effect here so we can deploy out our Luffy Taro, playing a Zoro, getting a 2k. We're going to attack 5 here. We're going to counter out. I'm just going to pass it back to them. Opponent's going to put 2 Dawn on their leader, using their leader effect, putting Ace to the top of their life. Putting another Dawn on leader, pressuring 8. We're going to counter out here. They're going to play out Ivankov, using its on play to trash the top card, and then put a 5-drop on top of their life. Back to us. We draw Mr. 2. We're going to play out our Sanji here, using its on play effect. Dawn -1. We could rest something. We're going to rest the Ivankov here. Going to put 1 on our leader here. I'm going to go 6 into that rested Ivankov. They give that to us. 6 into life with Zoro. They counter. 8 into life with Luffy Taro. They take. 7k swing with Sanji into life. They take. And we just pass it back. Opponent's at 3 life. We're at 2. Opponent's going to use their leader effect, getting a 5-drop Luffy. Playing little Luffy to deploy out the Luffy from life, giving their leader 2k for the rotation. They're going to put Dawn on Flampy, just trying to pressure a 5k swing in. We're going to counter out. And here they come 9 into the Zoro. We're going to probably let them have that. Back to us. We get another 2k. We're going to pressure with the Law into their 1k. They give that up. We're going to play out the 9-drop Luffy, giving it rush. We're going to go 8k into life here, 8 into 7. They counter. Then we're going to go 7 into 7 with Sanji. They counter. Now we're going to pressure with the Luffy, a 10k swing. They take this hit, passing it back. Opponent's sitting at 10 Dawn. They're going to play out a Garp, getting little Ace. Putting 2 on their leader. See what they find to put on top of life. They're going to put the 5-drop Luffy. Using the 5-drop Luffy in play, trashing that Luffy from life, giving it a 2k for rotation. Pressuring 8 into 5 here. We're going to counter out. Opponent's got 3 on their leader, so they're going to go 8 into that Sanji. We're going to give them a couple counters, keep that board presence. Here comes the 5-drop ace. They're going to go 8 into 7 here. We have to give it up. Back to us. Another Zoro. We're going to put some Dawn on Law, pressuring 7. Gave us quite a bit of counter out for that one. We're going to put 3 on leader here, going 8 into 5. They have to take this. 10 with Luffy Taro they take, and here comes another 10k swing. Opponent scoops it up. Thanks for watching. As always, I hope you all are enjoying the videos. If you have not subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It does help the channel. Deck profile will be in the description, as well as the timestamps for the matches. And as always, we will see you in the next one.